So you make two important points, and I want Jasmine Shah to respond. One, the transferability of votes between a Lok Sabha and Assembly elections, between AAP and BJP is very high. That we've already seen, which is how you go down 36% in one election and you go up 36% in the next election. But Sudhanshu Trivedi makes an important point that a BJP voter in a Lok Sabha context may be willing to vote for AAP in an Assembly context, which is why Kejriwal in the AAP also said nafrat nahi, not no nafrat towards the BJP. He says because you are now in alliance with the Congress, it doesn't mean that that sympathy will get transferred to the Congress because the Congress is viewed differently. So that's point number one. Point number two, he argues that some of the moral halo on the issue of corruption that Kejriwal had, that moral halo now gets badly diminished because Jayalalitha stepped away, Hemant Soren stepped away. Sudhanshu Trivedi and the BJP will say others who are known to be corrupt stepped away. Look at Kejriwal. He is so incorrigible. Despite being arrested, he refuses to step down. He says it could have a repel factor. Forget sympathy. AAP could lose even below where they are.
Rahul, let me just first state that the analysis of Mr. Sudhanshu Trivedi that what is going to happen and whether this vote is going to stay with BJP or not is extremely flawed. Because the presumption that there is anger amongst the people, yes, there is a lot of anger, but the anger is not at AAP, it is at the BJP. And there's a very simple reason. We are witnessing today's scenes in the national capital which are unprecedented in Indian history. A sitting chief minister put behind bars in a completely sham case, in a sham scam, in which for 2 years the investigation is going on, not a single iota of evidence or money recovery, and where the trial has not begun. And mind you, this is bubbling up for the last 1.5 years because we've had senior leaders like Mr. Sisodia who are in jail for more than a year. So the people of the country are witnessing, possibly for the first time, where very top political leaders of a national party are put behind bars in a case where the trial hasn't even begun. And people are not fools. They can make out justice from injustice. In which part of the world are the most senior leaders of political opposition put in a jail for years together and you don't even begin a trial? And now you have put Mr. Kejriwal inside jail, and on whose statement? The statement of a liquor the kingpin of the so-called liquor scam called Sharath Reddy, who turns out, as per the electoral bond data on Election Commission website, which your viewers can check, that Sharath Chandra Reddy happens to be one of the big donors of the BJP. After being arrested by the ED, it turns out that earlier he said that he did not know Mr. Kejriwal.
You want to respond to this, Sudhanshu Trivedi, before I go across to the other guest? The gentleman who runs Aurobindo Pharma, who's also one of the key accused in this case, who later turned approver, his data for electoral bonds suggests that after his arrest, the bonds that he's bought are all for the BJP. Now, that's the point that Rahul Gandhi and Arvind Kejriwal earlier and now Jasmine Shah are making, that once they turn approver or they get arrested, they seem to largely be buying bonds only for the Bharatiya Janata Party, Dr. Sudhanshu Trivedi.
Again, I would like to say, since the literacy rate is very high in Delhi, the people can understand the electoral bond is issued by the companies, not by the individual. And anybody knows that any company is not just the sole control of one individual. So it is the company which has given, but also people will
understand. But the proprietor runs the company. It's a proprietor-run company.
Stand against the.
It's a promoter-run company.
Let me complete the sentence. Let me complete the sentence. Public also understands that those who are taking such a strident stand against electoral bonds are accepting electoral bonds on their own. Congress 1,461 crores. Trinamool Congress 1,600 crores. BJP has got 6,000 something hundred crores out of 20,000 crores is 30% of the total bond, despite having 17 state governments and twice the central government. And Congress, which is having 3 state government, has got 1,461. So as per your allegation, BJP को तो धमका के मिला है और कांग्रेस को तो ऐसे ही श्रद्धा भाव से मिला है. And the 1,600 crores by Trinamool Congress को भी श्रद्धा भाव से मिला है. And they are taking a stand but not diverging from whom they got. And neither they are getting clear-cut statement that we were against, still we got, we want to return, and we want to tell the statement. This sheer hypocrisy comes in contrast with the statement. And one more thing.
Rahul, I would like to make a quick response.
Okay, very quick response, Jasmine Shah, because I want to stick largely to the data. I don't want to make it political because then it becomes too-man and then no. Yes, Sudhanshu ji, one sentence before Jasmine Shah.
I'll just stick to the
just one second.
One sentence.
Yes.
One sentence. Aam Aadmi Party has taken a stand that they will publish each and every data of their donations several years back. And suddenly they have stopped publishing on the website because certain companies were found, they were created in the night, and they have given the donation to the Aam Aadmi Party and disappeared the next day.
Okay,
So
Jasmine
that's why
Shah.
those who have taken a stand that we will every day publish the data, now they are gayab.
Jasmine.
It is extremely sad and I would say funny that Mr. Trivedi repeats an argument from 2014 when the entire investigation was in their hand. They should have arrested many of these so-called fake companies if they have donated to AAP. Obviously, he has nothing more to say. I want to make only one statement, Rahul, that today the entire this fake scam and the way it has unraveled, today we are not seeing an outpouring of sympathy, we are seeing a tsunami of sympathy for Mr. Kejriwal. You know, many people liked Modi even in Delhi, obviously because there's a huge voter swing that like you showed. But many of these people also like Kejriwal. And to see this kind of a blatant abuse of power, people are now saying, even BJP, staunch BJP supporters are calling us and saying कि अभी तो मोदी जी के ऊपर अंकुश लगाना होगा. Enough is enough.
No, that's a rhetorical point. That's not based on data. That's based on your assumptions.